show. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Fortunes and Flows. Is that the right direction? Flows of Fortunes and Flows. I keep forgetting which way we're going.
You got it right.
Give it time for the notification just went out. So um, I don't know who's around or who may be on or what. So we'll just play it by ear.
And it's Father's
I
Day,
had,
so there might be
I
some.
had emailed and asked you about what is it, the 52-day cycles that start with your birthday?
Yep, 52-day periods of the year. Yep.
Yeah, to go back through that again because I can't find the notes I made on it the last time we talked about it. And since I just had a birthday, it's like, okay, I want to be able to go through and map this out while now that I have foreknowledge of what's going on. And then I couldn't find it. I got really irritated at myself.
Well, I'm working on putting that together for you, so you'll have. And
cool.
I don't know how far I did your reading last time. Do you remember? Did I go into this next year?
No. I think you just covered up to my birthday, and then hi Rossi, hi Plucky. A couple of people showed up.
Yay! Well, it's
we may have some heavy hitters that are on right now. I don't know. So
there's people might be Father's Day celebrating too. So
true, very true.
Happy Father's Day to anybody who's out there in that stuff.
Either traveling or cooking or a house full of people or
napping.
Hi Sonia. And I used to enjoy the holidays, but I hated it at the same time because it meant either we were in a hot car having to go somewhere or we were going to have a house full of people, one or the other.
Have you been having some crazy weather down there, or are you spared?
It has been ungodly hot. Several days in a row with the heat index, it was like 110.
Wow.
In Louisiana, and that's like not normal at all. Yeah. I mean, we might hit 100, 101, mid-July, August at the hottest part of the year, but certainly not the beginning of June with temperatures this high. And it's like you go outside, it's like walking into a steam bath. Yep. Because it's humid, humidity is like 80, 90%. So it's so humid you can't breathe. It feels like you're walking in soup. And the heat is just oppressive. Hi, Marina. And so, yeah, everybody's ACs have been working overtime trying to keep their houses cool. And I keep holding my breath. They don't have a burnout or a brownout or whatever they call it. Mm-hmm. And so what about you? How's it in over there on your end of the world?
Well, it's been in the 90s here the last couple of weeks, and then now we're heading into the 105 like next week, beyond. But that's typical. But then when monsoon kicks up, at least that brings us the rains, but then it brings up the humidity. But our humidity is nothing like what you have. So.
Oh no. I remember when I lived in Phoenix at the humidity at 20%, people were falling out and complaining. I'd be like, really? Try living in 80 and 90% humidity. Then complain.
I couldn't do it.
And
I couldn't do it.
Rossi says they're getting crazy thunderstorms every day this week. And it's like it'll look like the clouds will come in, it'll get real black, it looks like it's going to storm, and then it just kind of floats away. So we haven't gotten any actual rain this past week, although it certainly has looked like it was going to. And
we've had wildfires here already, and there was a couple days ago the interstate 11 miles west of me was closed down in both directions because of a wildfire, but fortunately they got it put out. And then there's another one that's, I don't know, 30 miles away from you right now, so you can smell it
Yeah.
in the air. It's not horrible, but you're always on guard.
You can smell it. Yeah, you're in the desert, right? Or are you in the
Yeah. Oh
mountains?
yeah. I'm almost to the Mexican border.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. It gets really hot down there. And yeah, Marina says it's raining there in Canada where she's at.
She's in Canada. Okay.
Yeah, crazy thunderstorms, Rossi, and Texas. So at energy, whatever the God stands
Excuse
for,
me.
has put out a warning about high use of energy, and more storms are expected in Texas. I know I read something somewhere um, yesterday, day before yesterday, and it was somewhere. I think it was in Texas, or it might have been a little north of us, maybe in Arkansas, that they were having like hail the size of grapefruit coming down.
Oh, I saw it. The report yesterday or the day before was for DVD sized hail.
Yeah, I mean they were doing baseball and softball size hail, and then they came back with like um, talking about hail as big as a cantaloupe,
Yeah.
or and it's like I've seen some big hail growing up in Southeast Texas. You see a lot of thunderstorms. Um, Same with in Florida, Northwest Florida, you get those storms rolling off the Gulf,
Hmm.
and yeah, you see some big ass hail that comes along with it, but I don't think I've ever seen hail that big before. So
Well, I saw somebody yesterday that the hail it was bigger than their hand they were holding it in, and it was all
yeah,
spiky. It wasn't round, or soft. It would look like a,
like a rock. Yeah, just
but it had points on, like to add insult to injury when that hits you with all those sharp points on
yeah.
it.
I mean, think about getting clonked in the head with a piece of ice like that. I mean, that would hurt, or if
Well,
not
it could
kill
kill
you.
you if it hits you right. It's
Um,
that big.
uh, Not to mention smash out your windshields, smash
Hmm.
out the windows in your house. I mean, I know there was yeah, East Texas goes through this every year shockwave. The with those bad storms, they've all even as a little girl, I remember that because I grew up in Beaumont when I was little, which
Hmm.
is between the state line and Houston. We were about
Hmm.
halfway in between there in Southeast Texas, and I can remember when it would get really, you knew it was going to be really bad, is if you were outside, if the air turned like this greenish
Yep.
yellow color,
Yep.
and you could, everything would turn that color, and you could see the air change color. And it'd
Hmm.
be like, okay, it's time to go in, make sure there's stuff covering the windows, And hi, Teresa. Um, yeah, so it could be scary. I know I saw a video a couple of years back, several years back now, one of those really big uh, southeast Texas storms rolling through, and somebody had it was when they first there's a bunch of houses. There was a trend going around where they would build like skylights into, say, the entrance hallways from the
Hmm.
ceiling,
Hmm.
and somebody had just finished building their house, brand new everything, and they had one of those storms come through, and it busted through the supposedly non-breakable glass
Hmm.
that was in the skylights, and it just like flooded their house.
Mm.
They were literally chunks of ice falling in through the hole in the roof and putting deep gouges in their hardwood floors. I
Oh
was
wow.
I was like, oh my God, can you imagine? And I could just hear the insurance agent saying, well, we don't cover acts of God
Right.
because they will use that excuse.
It's like friends of mine know somebody, how everybody's gotten these Roombas, these robots to vacuum your house. And they built this new house and it was all like shades of white. Everything was white. Well, they were gone and their dog got diarrhea.
Oh, goodness.
So you can
Hi, Ocean.
imagine. You can imagine how their house looked after that with the Roomba going around and spreading it all through the house.
Oh yeah.
all through their brand new white house.
Oh my God. That would be horrible. Yeah, Shockwave says many of the East Texas towns have already declared disasters
Yeah.
due to tornadoes and hail damage. I don't keep up with it quite as much as I used to because I don't have the Weather Channel anymore. When I got the cord to cable, I was like, I got cut off from a lot of the world
You know,
news.
there's a really good guy on it's Ryan Hall, y'all, and
Yeah,
he
I'm subscribed to both of his
okay.
channels,
And then
and a
I
couple
watched
of other
the
guys that offshooted off of him
yeah,
started their own channels.
yeah.
There's the weather guy, the weatherman guy, something like that. He's located in Texas, and then there's another guy, and I'm going blank on his name, but they both would do like covers for Ryan if Ryan was out or if
Right.
he
There's
was out in the
Andy.
field,
Yeah.
and they would go into studio and cover that part of it. And now they both have their own YouTube channels doing it. So I usually catch one or the other. Teresa, that is a mystery for the gods. Why do we have insurance if they don't pay anything?
Exactly. Well, they need another yacht, you know. They gotta and then they gotta hire the people to take care of their yacht. I mean, I feel so bad, you know.
Yeah, poor babies.
Poor babies.
All that money and no way to spend it.
Yeah.
But God forbid, don't give it to the people in need.
Oh no.
Yeah, Marina says it's been hard to go outside with all the smoke because she's up
Mhm.
by where all the fires are at. So I'm sure the rain is a blessing. That's got to be. Sonia says high heat and rain in Florida. Wow. Hi, Ocean. I don't know if you heard me when I said it earlier. Um, yeah, just like people that live on the coast, especially on the Gulf Coast or the Atlantic coast down in Florida and Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, all that area. If you're within a certain distance from the shoreline, your homeowner's insurance will automatically cover floods. But if you live, say, one block past that line and you have a Cat 4 hurricane that comes through with a storm surge that puts, 6 feet of water in your house, you can't get flood coverage. You can't get the insurance to cover the flood damage into your house because it's not considered part of the hurricane because it's like, excuse me, since when? If it weren't for the hurricane, they wouldn't have had 6 feet in the water in their house.
Exactly. So
Um,
ridiculous. And then I just saw that Greg Abbott signed a thing so that these poor construction workers in Texas that are out there, they used to get every 4 hours they would get a 10-minute water break. He
yeah,
signed a thing that they can't have that anymore.
yeah, they'd outlawed water breaks. I'm like, yeah, you
Unbelievable.
let the first couple of guys drop and die,
Yep.
and the lawsuits suits start coming in. There's going to be some change into that bill real quick. Um, if the DOJ doesn't step in and the human rights
Well, I would
organizations
think
are already
OSHA, you know what I mean? Oh, like OSHA regulations or something. And it's just, I mean,
yeah
you should
you,
have at least like a 5-minute break every hour when it's 110, 120 degrees out there and you're on a roof and it's
oh God
radiating all the
yes
heat off a roof. I mean, come on.
just mowing the grass where you're down lower. It's ungodly hot out there. I know.
Yeah.
My upstairs neighbor is also an apartment manager for another complex, and she was talking. We were talking about it this morning. She says, "Oh yeah," she says, "I go out and buy like a big box full of snow cones and stuff, and I'll go bring them out to my guys that are working
Hmm.
during the day. I'll go bring them, ice water and snow cones and ice cream and anything to help cool their body temperature down, and
Hmm.
give them a little bit of sugar to kind of help their energy levels come up." And hi, Starhawk. Hi, Lisa. And
That these
but
people proclaim what great Christians they are, and then they deny people that are working for them to
yeah,
have water and to even get out of the sun for 10 minutes. I mean,
yeah.
it
You would think it was some cardinal sin that they were committing to get. It's like, let's see your ass get out there under that hot sun and spends 8-10 hours working with no breaks and no water,
Yeah.
no shelter from that sun beating down on you. It's like they wouldn't last 10 minutes, much less 10 hours.
Well, then they're handling like metal a lot of times, so
Yeah.
that's radiating heat. You can burn your hands. The
Well,
roof,
and
because I
the
used to be married into a family of roofers down there, so I know what it's like to be up on that roof and how much it's so
exactly,
much hotter, you know.
exactly. They, I mean, my late husband did uh, appliance work, maintenance work, all that kind of stuff. So, he could be anywhere from under a building dealing with plumbing to on the roof of a building
Yeah,
dealing with something on the roof. Because most complexes are too cheap to want to call in a company to come do it. Send the maintenance man to go take
right,
care of it
right.
first, and then of course would start the arguments with management and owners. About, look, it's going to cost you $500 to fix this correctly, or you can put a band-aid on it and spend $5,000 6 months down the road because you got to replace it. And you would still have them be like, no, just put a band-aid on it. It's like, do you not understand the concept of that you're saving money by fixing it correctly the first time? I mean, you know.
It's
Hey,
so
Lauren.
mhm.
And yeah, let's see. What did Shockwave say? DeSantis axed funding on Thursday for Central Florida projects to stop flooding during the next hurricane. Strengthen government
Yeah.
cycles.
And tomorrow is Juneteenth. It's a federal holiday tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right.
So
That's
people
right.
who aren't used to this a new holiday, banks and all mail and stuff, I think are affected. But
Yeah, I know we're closed because we're a state university.
mhm.
So that is just absolutely what's
There's going
this?
to be one heck of a whiplash from all this stuff. It's going to come back around. That pendulum's going to swing really hard the other
Oh,
way.
it is going to swing really far the other way. I mean, um, Republicans are doing away with the $2 school lunch. Meanwhile, they are approving to fund their $24 lunches.
Well, they look so thin and frail, most of them.
Yes, God forbid they not be able to have a tuna sandwich and a jug of milk or whatever. Um,
Or a liquid lunch like some of them.
I mean, yeah, Sonia's talking about she lives on the second floor. In certain areas, I don't think it really matters what floor you live on because if the water comes in deep enough and strong enough, it could do structural damage that'll bring the whole building down.
That's right.
You know, I mean,
And then the mold issues afterwards, from
yeah,
water.
exactly, exactly. It's it's really kind of scary. I mean, and I live on the Gulf Coast, so I mean, we're used to hurricanes. Everybody's just like, oh yeah, okay, another hurricane. And they go out and they get their water and their candles and their batteries and do what they need to do to protect their place. But if your area gets a direct hit and you get powers knocked out and pole lines are ripped up and there's a big difference of having to live in 100-degree heat or hotter and trying to clean up your space so you can
Hmm.
maybe rebuild your house if it's even still there. And then they want to act like people are being moochers for wanting assistance. It's like, what's wrong with you people? Yeah, Teresa, I know it's a lot cooler up north, but they get really hot too the last couple of years.
Hmm.
I know they had was it last year before last, I think they had several older people that were dying in their apartments there up in New York
Hmm.
because they couldn't afford to run their air conditioner, or the landlord would turn the units off during the day
Hmm.
and only turn them on at night when it was cooler to run them. But they live in an area where they can't leave their windows open.
Right.
I mean, it's truly it's just really disgusting how the leadership, especially on one side, but it has happened on both sides,
Yeah.
just seems to think little to nothing of regular working people. Like, and I don't know. I lived in Florida for a while when I was a kid. Hi, Evelyn. Back when it was still blue, it was a great place to live. I mean, uh, but then it started changing, and it's like I haven't been back. So, I mean, we're bad enough here in Louisiana. We're like 45th, 46th, 48th, worst of or that kind of listing. Um, I did a show with Helen, Irish Granny Tarot, Thursday. We did a recording that she's already dropped, where we talked about the the disparities in the South and the poverty levels in the South that most people don't even realize exist.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, there are people down here that live in conditions that give a whole new meaning to the word poor.
Well, there's
And
places on the reservations that don't even have electricity or running water, never have
ex-
had.
exactly. And that, yeah, and that's what we were doing. Not even, that's just regular in town. That's not even discussing going into rural areas where you have nothing out there. It's truly repulsive that they want to give another break to the billionaires, but God forbid you give health care to poor people, or free lunches to kids going to school so they can have a hot meal every day. um it truly is. It's shameful. And is that Katy, Texas? Shockwave, I know where that's at. um Oh, Lisa says the weather's great in Connecticut. All right, let's all go to Connecticut.
Yeah.
We're going to Lisa's house. She's going to put us up.
And then California, it's been like overcast and cool there, unseasonably all the way up and down the coast, which is
Well, I
weird.
mean, a month ago in the morning when you'd go out for, I'd go outside for my cup of coffee and my cigarette first thing in the morning, and I'd have to put a sweater on.
Hmm.
And literally, like the last time I wore my sweater outside, it was cool that morning. And then um, the next morning, it was long sleeve shirt was just enough. And the next morning, it was like t-shirt and shorts. It was hot.
Hmm.
Weather changed just that quick. And so anyway, we can sit and bitch about the weather all day long.
Well, everybody can relate, no matter where they live, there's something going
Right,
on
we're
with the
all
weather.
going through it in one way or another. Either there's no water, there's too much water, it's too cold, it's too hot. It's um, you got Southern government chasing off all the immigrant farm workers, so there's nobody to pick the fields and harvest the fields and pick the fruit. So it's literally rotting in the ground and on the trees. So that's going to make everybody's grocery bills go up.
Yeah.
So because it's like, yeah, you find yourself some teenage boys that are white, get out there and do that work. They won't last a day. And so I have one question to date. Um, and that's it so far. So if y'all got a question, if you want to do a destiny card, if you haven't had yours done yet, if you want to do one on your dad or your husband or your brother or your son or whatever, all we need is the birth month and the birth day. We don't need the year.
Right.
And Juno can pull a destiny card, and I'll pull a oracle card or if you just have a question, put it in and
Or if you
we'll.
got a, like a Jinshin Jyutsu question, for
Yep, the
first
Jinjins.
aid kind of things or headache, simple stuff. It's not
Yeah,
to replace
it's
medical help.
Father's Day, so we're gonna take it easy today. Not
Yeah.
because a lot of people aren't really here, so.
But
And
we're glad for the people who are here, and I can't see the
absolutely,
chat, everybody. So I'm not ignoring you. I have no way to see it on my
I'm trying to
computer.
remember to stick stuff up there when y'all are talking about things. Hi, Viviani. Hi,
Hey, Vivian.
Teresa. Okay. The one question we do have is from Shockwave. She
Okay.
wants to know if there's any messages from her grandmother, Shirley.
Surely there is.
Absolutely. April 9th. Oh, I got you. Shockwave. Okay. I was looking at it, I was like, what the hell are these numbers in here for? Yeah, Sherry's on the move today. Yeah, I got Teresa, I got Shockwave. Da, 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 da.
Lay down.
Let's see. I don't see.
Lay down. Lay down. Good girl.
Okay, you got Rose. Hi, Rose. Okay, well, we got our first question here. Grandmother Shirley.
What deck are you using?
I'm going to use the brand new one I just got called Healing Spirits Oracle card. It's from Gordon Smith. I just finished filming a flip through on it, so I'm going to try to post it later today. And it's part of the Hay House Deck Club. You can join where every 3 months you get a package of like 2 to 3 card decks that haven't been released to the public yet. So you kind of get them like pre-publishing dates. And it's for like $36, $37 every 3 months. They send you a box with different things. I think sometimes they send crystals or they'll send some other things. I got some cool stuff I got 3 decks of cards. So that was nice for this first one. So, and this one just got released. So they just released it to the public. So I can use it now and answer questions with it. So that's a good thing. I've been sitting on it for like 2 weeks and I couldn't use it. Let me see here. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. And hi, Gina M. Hi, Lisa DeMars. Okay. I got you, Lisa. I got your question, Rossi. Make sure I'm not missing anyone. Hi, Sue Toffee. Hi, Evelyn. Hi, Lady Silver. Hi, Greeter. Teresa's here. Hugs to you. Girlfriend, you keep changing your name. You screw me up.
They keep us guessing to see if we're psychic.
You didn't have that TK tacked on the end of it the first time I saw it. I would have been like, who the hell is that? And why do they have a mod? Why are they a mod? I think that was last week or week before last or something. I don't remember. Okay, just making sure.
That was so much fun last time.
No, Lisa, your birthday stays your birthday destiny card. It's strictly on your birth date. But now if you want to ask for someone in your family or something, what their birthday might mean, then, feel free to put their month and birthday in there. The birth month and the birthday. We don't need the year. I don't know. I don't remember if you had yours card read before or not. But I will definitely restart it here. But But yeah, it doesn't change, right? Is that right, Juno?
Yeah,
The
it's based on your birth date, and that's what your card is. Your
right.
reading will change through the year. You know what I mean? That's a different thing, but
Yeah, but that's for different circumstances,
yeah.
different kind of reading, right?
Hang on,
And
something
that has to
popped up.
do with that. What is it? 52-day cycle, 72-day
Yeah,
cycle,
it's
whatever
a
it is.
different thing, but your birth card based on your what day you're born stays the same throughout your life.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, we're up to 8, so I'm going to shut down questions. I've got Teresa, Shockwave, Rose, Lisa DeMars, Rossi, Lisa, Sonia, and Viviani. So that's who I've got. Um, and if one of my mods will put in their questions are closed, I'd appreciate it. Um, Plucky, it was one of the first, I think it was like the second or the third show that Juno and I did where she went more into the Jinshin Jyutsu. Because the first episode we did together, um, everybody wanted a Destiny card, so that's all we did that show. And then the next show we did a lot of the Destiny cards still. And then I think it was the third show when we started started going through all of the Jinshin Jitsu. So you can probably back up and watch. I maybe go with the third or fourth episode that we did. That'll cover more of that.
There's a lot of info in those few shows that we did too. So
There is. I mean, it's
it's a
like
resource.
I know. I was like, I'm so glad this is getting recorded because I never remember all of it.
And
So
it takes repetition is how you remember it. So go back and watch it over, play it in the background. I mean, I've lost track of how many Jinshin Jitsu classes I've taken, but it's that repetition that drills it into your head. And even then I have to look up stuff, but
how did I manage to do that? I literally managed to shuffle half the deck backwards. Talking and not paying attention. See, Sherry, that's what you get for running your mouth. Okay.
You want me to go?
Go ahead and go while I straighten out my cards and get them all facing in the same direction.
Okay, Shockwave. From your grandmother Shirley, we got some interesting cards, and I'm using the Influence of the Angels deck. And the first card is the Nine of Wands. And this is about every step gets you closer. So with this card, she's encouraging you to have stamina and persevere. Keep pushing. It's going to be one of those deals with that final push through is what's going to get you there. But she's there behind you, keeping you motivated and giving you that little extra oomph to keep you on track and know that it's all going to be okay. You just don't give up. It's all going to come your way down the road. But just keep on and know that she's with you, behind you. And the next card I got is the Eight of Pentacles. And if you look, this card is really interesting. All the pentacles are like crocheted or done with lace, somebody who's making lace, which I think that's really cool. I don't know if that was something maybe your grandmother was interested in, or maybe that relates to something you're interested in. And there's an angel there helping her, keeping her hands nimble and healthy so that she can do her work. So this is like talking about the unexpected side effects of having expertise. And Sherry and I were just talking about this when we came on. I do so much work with my hands that sometimes my hands don't want to cooperate. But this talks about you reaching your own personal level of expertise and doing the best you can possibly do. High proficiency or craftsmanship, perfecting a skill, attention to detail. So for your work, practice the work, embrace the work, and just do your work. So she's there like stitch by stitch, every little step of the way. Grandma Shirley's there keeping you going, and soothing anything, like if your hands bother you or anything that goes into the work you do. She's there helping support you with that. So that's kind of, those two cards kind of go together, the motivator to keep going. And then here we have the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is about making a decision. Choice empowers the individual. And maybe you're wondering if you should stay where you are or move forward in another direction or a new house or something. So she's there to help you make that decision. And it says that your choices will be thoughtful and timely. And be ready in mind, body, and spirit to move forward. So if you anticipate there's some kind of a shift or a change coming, do what you can to get things in order to facilitate when that time comes, because maybe, when we're anticipating a change, it seems like there's a lot of prep that goes into it, or that waiting period. Well, instead of just waiting and fretting over it, keep yourself busy, keep things going. Anything you can do to lighten your load or make your move in the new direction happen easier. And she's there. I really see that as a theme through all three of these cards, that she's there supporting you, and right down to all the little details, like in the Pentacles card, the Eight of Pentacles.
Hi, Perrette. I'm looking. I missed somebody that put their question in early, and I'm going back to find it. Okay, I'll finish looking in a minute. I pulled for you, Shockwave. It says, to overcome, you first have to climb. And so when I looked it up, it's talking about fear and how a fear can be heavy and can pull you down. And Spirit is wanting you to lift your thoughts and lighten your mind by focusing on the good things you have experienced, and think about all of the bright prospects that are in your future. So I think part of what your grandmother is wanting you to know, part of what the guardian spirits wants you to know, is that as you become lighter, you can do a whole lot more. You can overcome obstacles that are preventing you from achieving your goals. You can beat back the fear that keeps you in the dark. Once you push back some of that fear and let the truth shine a light on your path, then you see each step clearly, and it becomes easier and easier to walk that path. A light mind rises higher and sees more because it has lost the fear which once caused it to be tied down. So I think what she's trying to say to you here is, be the light, be part of the light, shine your light, accept your light within yourself so that you're not stuck in the darkness, because that's no fun. So yeah, just keep focusing on the light. Try to deal with your fears as they come to your mind, and again, cover them in light, because they can't hide from you and not show. If you're shining your light and you're calling on your angels, your spirits, your ancestors to come forward and help you shine the light, it beats back the darkness, and so it can't haunt you anymore. That's what I'm getting for you. So I think that's what your grandmother wants to know. I forgot Marina too. Okay, I'm sorry.
Something else I'm looking at these cards, especially these two here, the Nine of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. These Nine of Wands, Eight of the Wands are very organized, and they're all lined up, they're equidistant, and same with the Pentacles. So I think that she's talking to you about get your stuff organized, get your ducks in a row. And I think that's kind of a good message for all of us right now, with, like, we're talking about the weather and all these earth changes and fires and floods and everything. Be prepared, don't be scared, and be practiced with what you do. Like, if you get like I've got little solar powered chargers and things like that, and I need to figure out how to use them before the power goes out, and I don't have YouTube to look it up on and see how how it works, or just get things aligned, sort your things out, lighten your load. And I think that's good for everybody right now. Streamline our lives.
Yeah.
And she sends you lots of love too. She's proud of what you're doing, and she's there to be supportive.
I'm scrolling back up. Okay, I'm trying to find it, y'all. All right, let's see. Oh, Shockwave also wanted her destiny card was
You need to know the day of the month.
Not the year, the date of your birth.
Yeah,
the month and the day.
Yeah.
The month and the day is what we need. Let me see. And in the meantime, I'm trying to go back here and okay, I found you, Marina. And the other one was Lady Silver. Okay, in the meanwhile, okay, April. We know Shockwave is April. Let's go ahead and go to the next one, which is Rose Blue, and her son is February the 3rd.
Okay. Rose Blue, February the 3rd is the 9 of Spades card. That is lifestyle completion. It's the strongest card of all the 9s. Endings, transition, focus on the universal, and the challenge is egolessness. So the 9s are like the ending of a cycle. That doesn't mean anything negative. That just is like, I would say that this would mean that your son is an old soul, because spades are spiritual and 9s are the the last stage before we go into the 10. So the butterfly into the cocoon, or caterpillar into the butterfly. So I think he's a very, very spiritual being, and but sometimes it can be a challenge with really, really spiritual people that their ego tends to get in the way. So anything you can do to encourage him to stay grounded and remove ego. I mean, we can't be without ego. We do need ego to function, but to keep it all in perspective. And this, he may be somebody that goes through a lot of different transitions in his life, but that doesn't mean that he's doing something wrong. I'm one of these people that when I did my 100 years of tarot cards, out of all the people I've done, I had the transition card come up, I don't know, like 13 times in my life. So it's like every time I turn around, I'm going through another transition. But that actually, it brings you higher. It brings you closer to spirit. It's not a negative thing. It means you might have more challenges, but they're to teach you and to bring you to higher levels so that you can handle the next thing. And you're also giving a hand up to others that kind of need that guidance. So I hope that helps, Rose Blue.
Here we go. And then I pulled from the Starseed Oracle, Inner Earth, as you can see right there. That's a pretty picture.
Mm-hmm.
It says, you'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. So whatever's
that
going
goes right
on,
along with it.
It sure does. That's what I was just thinking. It was like, well, you would think we're psychic or something. I mean,
I just love it when the cards line up like that, though.
I do too. It's so cool.
And I think a lot of times that and I'm not saying that I'm the most spiritual person, because I'm certainly not, but I'm just doing the best I can. But people who have the most challenges tend to turn to spirit more, I think, than people who aren't tested as much.
Okay. Stop the pop-up. Getting a pop-up. Okay, back to Shockwave, since she patiently waited.
Sure.
April 14th. That was her date.
Okay. April 14th. Ooh, Jack of Diamonds. Let's see what the Jack of Diamonds card says.
More diamonds. We have
Yeah.
more diamonds in this group.
Isn't that funny? So Jack of Diamonds is an inspirational idea card, good salesperson, someone with originality, financially creative, and idealist. And their challenge is to stay balanced spiritually and dealing with materialism. So not to, Jacks are like the youthful male, but doesn't have to necessarily be a male energy, but as opposed to being a king. So this is somebody who's got a lot of good ideas about making money, and you can look at where the Jack is facing. His eyes are he's kind of looking towards that diamond. So you've got a lot of power there, but keep it in perspective, and don't be afraid to go out and try out those good ideas that you've got.
Absolutely.
You might find some good financial benefit in doing so.
Very good. And I pulled for you Lifting the Veil. And what it says is questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. So it's time to clear yourself, clear your space, get your chakras cleared, get yourself grounded so that you can start moving forward with no hesitations. Okay, next up is Teresa, January 24th.
Oh, okay. Let's see what we got, Teresa. January 24th.
Hi, Allison.
Here we go with another Diamonds card. So Teresa's card is the Three of Diamonds.
Go figure.
Isn't that funny? Creative finances, money concerns, financial uncertainty, and your challenge is reliance upon others. So, threes are things that are kind of always in flux, but you can also look at it if you may have two partners, financially that help keep things running. Be creative with the way you look at how you bring money in. You may be somebody who doesn't necessarily work a 9-to-5 job. Maybe you work from home, or maybe you're an artist or a writer, or but diamonds are always a good thing. Can't ever have enough diamonds in our pockets. And just watch that you don't the part about the reliance upon others. Don't depend on others too much for your sense of your own self-worth, maybe not even in a money sense. Know that you're worthy. And I love threes. Well, I was born at 333, and on leap year my birthday's on the 333rd day of the year, so I'll just love seeing threes. And there's the Holy Trinity 3, and then if you look at a table with 4 legs can only stand level on a flat surface, but a stool with 3 legs can sit on an uneven surface. So you're more flexible, you're more adaptable. So apply that to how you see your financial situation.
Very good. And I pulled for you Deep Cellular Healing, as you can see. And it says Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. So that kind of goes right along with what Juno was saying there. What with how was it phrased again? Not to overtax yourself. Isn't that what you just said?
Well, and don't rely on others to.
Don't rely on others. That's what it was. Yeah.
For your financial or your own sense of your own self-worth.
Exactly. Okay, next up we've got Lisa DeMars.
Hey, Lisa.
September 6th is her birthday.
September 6th. I just can't get over this. We got another diamonds. We got a lot of sparkly diamonds in our group, don't we?
I'm telling you, you're welcome, Teresa.
So she has for her card the 5 of diamonds, fluctuation in values, a business journey, your change in finances. You might be good at sales, and your challenge is accountability. And I'm the 5 of hearts, so I can really, 5s are all about change. And 5 is also the number of man. If you look at, like the Vitruvian man, you got your head, your 2 arms, and your 2 legs. There's your 5. So you may be somebody whose your money comes in and out real easily, kind of flows through your fingers. So that would be reflected in the fact that your challenge is accountability. And also, again, I get the message of, know your own worth. And even if the money flows in and out, or maybe it doesn't seem like you have quite enough to do what you want to do, don't let that temper your own vision of what your own self-worth is. You're a diamond out there shining, and
Absolutely.
I think of all the readings I've done, we've had way more diamonds than anything else. So we've got
we have by far. The diamonds have outnumbered all the others by a good 3-1, I would say.
Easily.
Okay, I pulled for you Earthed. 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 It says learning how to be human in the world, but not of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's part of what we're being called to do, is to be in the world, to shine our light, to lead people to a better circumstance, but don't wallow in the mud while we're down here.
Well, and the diamonds in the destiny cards would be correlated to the pentacles, which is about earth, earthly things.
Exactly, yeah.
So those go right together.
Exactly. Okay, Rossi has a question. Am I in the right path in my spiritual awakening journey? Well, let us see.
I'm going to use my Akashic Tarot for that question.
Oh, there you go. You know what? I got a new deck. I haven't even opened and looked at it yet. I don't know how it works. But they're round cards and they're really cool. And it's something to do with archetypes. I gotta sit down and figure out how to use them. It's like you have to turn the cards certain ways to get them to give you the reading. I haven't played with them enough. Okay.
Well, first we have for Rossi, setting your course, 3 of Scrolls. So, have you got a vision of where you want to go? Obviously there's going to be detours and bumps in the road and whatever, but part of what's important is for you to decide what is your course. And I believe that anybody who's asking about whether they're on their spiritual path, they are, or they wouldn't be asking. But your spiritual path is not a straight line. It's going to meander and go around, and sometimes there's going to be like a conveyor belt kind of thing where you get carried right along and everything goes smoothly, and other times you're going to have challenges, but that's part of the path. That's not an indicator of, I must not be spiritual because I'm having these challenges. Sometimes it's like, I am spiritual, that's why I'm having all these challenges.
Yeah.
So that I can learn. And the next card I got is the King of Roses. And let's see what he's doing here. He's got all these flowers. So take time and smell the roses, and maybe there's a male figure in your life who's a gardener or, just really in tune with the earth. And this card to me, with that background, it reminds me of the aqueduct in Rome that carried the water. And water is our emotions. So stay tuned. Keep your emotions flowing. I learned in Jitsu, don't be a reservoir, be a fountain. Keep that flowing. Don't hold on to things. Keep it moving. And the next card I got, oh, look at this, Two of Keys, the treasure. So
Ooh.
as you go along this journey and you go with the flow along with the aqueduct, you know, and maybe you're going to come across a hidden key to something, which could be a metaphorical key, but you also might find a key to a what do they call it? The box at the safe deposit box at a bank. Or I have a feeling you're going to run across something, or you're going to read about something about a key that's going to, trigger something in you that's going to be your open the next door on your spiritual journey. We kind of come to a point like a mesa. We go up this hill and then all of a sudden we plateau. And then that's the time that you go and you look for the key to the next journey that you're on, the next pathway up the mountain. So I think these are really encouraging cards for you. I see this aqueduct here, the way I'm reading it is like you follow that pathway,
And I pulled from the healing spirits, and I literally got chills as you were reading your cards. And I'm reading the book on what this card means. It's like, oh my God. It says life lessons again. And basically, what it's talking about is that you might grow to find that there is no actual right or wrong in this world, and that everything happens in order for a lesson to be learned. Now is a good time to remember that your spirit guide is helping you to understand your own life lessons, and you will soon come to know why you chose them this time around. You may wonder why you have given yourself such difficult tasks, but once you understand your lessons, you won't have to learn them again. Also, by learning them, you will give yourself power over the rest of your life. And that's exactly what Juno's cards were saying.
mm-hmm.
Is following that path, opening up to your spiritual awakening. Um, face, face those lessons head on so that you learn them, so that you just move right on ahead. And
Yeah, there's going to be some man that's going to, or male energy that's going to give you some guidance. And it also says, be ready to stand up for yourself and take loving but considered action on your own behalf. So it's okay to listen to others, but you ultimately make your decisions. It's your responsibility. Don't. As women, we tend to kind of give up a lot of our power and to others. So he's there to be supportive, but don't let his support let your knees get weak. You know what I mean? Keep your own strength up. Stay on your path. Keep your eyes high and above the horizon. You'll do fine.
and hi, Scorpio Mama. I see you just popped in here. Okay, Lisa, you have two birth dates in here, yourself and your mom. Who do you want us to read on? Pick one. We can do another one, the other one next time. Just let me know which one you want this time. Oh, thank you, Shockwave. Shockwave says that we're great. Mom, okay, you want your mom read on. Okay. Alrighty, that's what I needed to know. So we're looking June 14th. Oh, wow.
Oh
She just had a
boy.
birthday.
Well, that was a momentous day, wasn't it?
I'm telling you.
Okay, who wants to start betting money on what this card's going to be? Sorry, I just can't. You can't make this stuff up.
I know the first time we did these cards and you kept pulling diamonds, I was like, are you sure you're shuffling?
I know, and
But
it's
it
not
has
even
nothing
pulling.
to do with shuffling. It has everything to do with the date of the birth.
Yeah, here you guys. This is the chart I look at. This has got all the birth dates for the entire year and what the cards are. I swear to God, I'm not making them up. We've got another three of diamonds, creative finances, money concerns, financial uncertainty, and the challenge is reliance upon others. So, um, you might be somebody, or she might be somebody who has to be a little more creative in the way she makes her way in the world financially, and that's okay. And the threes are flexibility, and you're also, the trinity of things. Maybe having not just one partner but two people to help attain your goals is a good thing. But I just think it's so funny, all of these diamonds.
I
We got the
know
most sparkly,
it
amazing
cracks
group
me
of
up. We
people.
have so many money people, and just about everybody's hurting for money.
We got to all get
That's why
together.
they need us. They need to know that they're actually, this is their thing. They need to get it together.
Well, and the
Um,
thing is money is just energy. It's not. It doesn't define us.
right.
It doesn't. And if we limit us, it's because our own perception of it.
Exactly.
And believe me, I struggle all the time with money. I'm, you know,
Tell me about it.
it's
Makes
not a
sure
matter
that,
of dollars. Sometimes it's a matter of how many pennies do I have. It's just how it is some
yeah,
days. But I've learned that does not to look down on myself, even though other
I've got
people might have
jars
a
all over the
happier.
house that I throw change in,
Yeah,
and every now and again it's like a mad hunt for all the jars so I can go
yeah,
dump them in the coin
coin
guard
star.
machine.
Yeah, yeah. But
Um,
don't let it decide who you are. You're still a very valuable person, and I
absolutely.
tend to think that people who aren't so focused on I got to have this and I got to have that are actually much happier in the long run.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Okay, I pulled for you the Great Severing. And it says here it's Mars energy, anger, conflict, all of that softening to love. So
Mm.
taking everything that's going on, all of the bad, all of the good, all of the decisions you have to make, when you soften everything down to the love level, that's when you're truly blessed. That's when things start flowing for you. Um, okay, let's see. Next up, we have Marina, who I missed. I am so sorry, my dear. October 5th is her date.
Sorry.
Don't tell me Marina's a diamond, right?
I swear to God.
For those of you who haven't been hanging with us since the first episode we did with these destiny cards, you would understand why we get hysterical with every diamond we draw.
Well, you think it would be all the hearts, deck, all the emotions, or the spades with the spiritual part. But no, it's almost all. Look at diamonds. We've had one person who wasn't a diamond today,
Yeah, I
and
think I'm a
it,
spade, so
there
I'm the ace of
you're like
spades.
the most powerful. You're the ace of spades. That's the most powerful spiritual card in the deck. Um, and did you say her name is Marina?
Marina, from Heart Center Tarot.
So, Marina, your
She's
card is the Four of Diamonds, financial stability, success through high ideals, a good supply of money and values. Your challenge is financial insecurity and being self indulgent. So, Four of Diamonds might be somebody who would be a good banker, working with money or, in real estate or, because I think of the four, I think of the Emperor card, being the strong foundation and the stability of the four. So I swear, if we ever all get together, we're all going to have to wear, like on our forehead, we're going to have to wear what our card is so we can look at each other, see how many diamonds there are.
oh, look, you're a diamond, and you're a diamond, and you're a diamond.
Yeah. I'm in some different practice groups and I'm playing around with the idea of finding out what everybody's birthday is and then like see what kind of poker hand we make or something. You know?
There's a good idea. All right, Marina, my dear, I pulled for you Star Keeper,
Ooh.
and it says Cosmic Ancestor. Seed the light by staying grounded. That's you, without a doubt. A cosmic, how did they put it? A cosmic ancestor. And you do
Wow.
shine your light. Marina is really plugged in. Used to be a foreign exchange trader. Oh my God, she
Oh,
dealt
you're
with me
kidding.
all the
Well, there you
time.
go. I'm telling you, these destiny cards just blow my mind, They're
That just cracks me up. Yeah, I used to be a foreign exchange
look
trader.
at
Oh
that.
my God.
That is so funny.
That
A
cracks me up.
foreign, and it's a four. You know what I mean? Four and foreign. She was a four of diamonds.
Yeah.
There you go.
Lady Silver says diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Marilyn Monroe knew what she was talking about, right?
So did Madonna, because she also ripped on that song.
Yeah, yeah. But Madonna's no Marilyn Monroe in my book.
No, not by any stretch of the imagination. She could pretend, but she'll never get there.
Nobody
Let's
I don't
see.
think anybody's ever been able to even come close to Marilyn.
No, not even. At least not in my opinion. She was one of a kind. Um, okay, Starhawk. June 4th. Wow, your birthday's the day after mine. Holy moly. I didn't realize that.
I just can't handle this. Sorry.
She's a diamond, huh?
Yes. Come on, people. We all got to
No,
get
no
together and
clue
start
how
our own
funny we
bank or
find this.
something. The
We're not
psychic
laughing
bank.
at you, believe me. We're laughing with you. We're laughing more at ourselves.
So Starhawk is the king of diamonds, authority in
Ooh,
values, financial power, and this is the one-eyed king. And your challenge is being stubborn or seeing only your own way. Now look at he's like really staring at that diamond. The Jack was kind of his eyes were in that direction, but not right directly at it. This one-eyed king, he's got, he is like just piercingly focused on money. So even though you have all this financial power, whether you know it or not, whether you're living it or not, be aware that don't let that cloud your vision to other things of value in your life that like spiritual or emotional, whatever it might be. But
yeah.
this is just too funny. I mean, Spirit's having a joke with all of us. All you guys are diamonds.
Starhawk says, yeah, I'm definitely stubborn.
Yeah. You walk around with like one eye closed and really focusing on things with that, that
Oh,
eagle
yeah.
eye. It's
Um,
funny.
okay, and I pulled for you deep cellular healing, Arcturius energy, physical and emotional healing. So you have to work on yourself to get healed, and then you can start shining your light on everybody. And
And
perhaps
Arcturian energy is about being creative, and you might want to look into what that means about Arcturus and the Arcturian
that's
galactic
true. I
beings.
don't know very much about them. I need to get like a little book or something I can, or some kind of a breakdown so that when I run across stuff like this, I have a little bit more information to go on. Um, all right, next up we got Sonia. Sonia Pinola.
Sure.
I think I said that right. If I didn't, my apologies. A message from her spirit guides.
Yeah, Spirit's telling me to use a different deck for Sonia. Who would think that a whole bunch of intuitive people would have all those diamonds?
I'm telling you.
And I see those diamonds like the stars in the sky. You guys are all out there just sparkling and shining your light and showing us the way. And
But,
um,
they say, hypnotists say that it's only the easiest people to hypnotize are the most educated people.
yeah,
People that are like really, really, really smart and well educated, they go under like that. I'm like, that's kind of scary to think about. Yeah. Um,
well, even a hypnotist can't make you do something you don't want to do.
true.
I've been through some.
Within reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been through some hypnosis things back in college, and that's a whole nother story for another day. Being on stage with an actual professional hypnotist and all the things that we did, it was pretty interesting.
I tried to get hypnotized once. It didn't work on me. I guess that means I'm stupid. I don't know.
No, it's just how open you are. And a lot of times if you've got fear about it, it's going to block your ability you know, to go that way. So,
I thought they were being silly. I guess maybe I was blocking it because I thought the person was being ridiculous.
Well,
You
and
know,
they might not been the
they
person
weren't
to.
like doing it seriously. They were doing it in such a way that it was kind of a mockery
Yeah,
of
well, you
what
wouldn't
really
want that
was
anyway. You don't
serious.
want to open your spirit up to that, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So I
So,
guess my inner self knew that. It was like, no, go play with somebody else.
well, for Sonia, I got card number 8, the Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery. So, so many times, especially these days, we want this assurance. We think that we're going to be safe or more secure if we know the answers right away. But if you embrace it all as a mystery every day, I think you'll be much happier and just relax into it. That
Yeah.
things are changing so much. We're going through this ascension, everything none of us knows. And I got the message right before we came on, like if you have a dream about something in you that might be kind of galactic in nature, right? But you see it in certain terms that are things that we understand. Well, they can't show us in the way that it's going to be because we don't have that knowledge yet. They show us in different terms. So look for the secret messages. And card number 32, Hawk Spirit. Let spirit be your guide. So there again,
Oh, that's
just
a good
trust in
one.
the spirit that the unknown is a good thing. I think that we focus too much on the known and taken it for granted, and it's kind of like why we're in the position that we're in. And now we have, now don't get scared of this card because it's actually a good card. Card 63, Vulture Spirit. Nothing is wasted. If we approached our world, and we're more conscious of, things that we're careless with and throw away easily, we would have a better planet if we're better stewards for it. So you got 2 birds and a lynx. I think those are pretty powerful cards for you.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
yeah, and birds fly, and vultures, they get up there and they just ride the wind. They go. They don't even have to exert
It's like
themselves.
watching an eagle fly. They just
Yeah, they
a
go
couple
higher
of
and higher
flaps
and
and then they
higher.
just soar. Yeah.
Yeah, and so just it's kind of like the idea of if you're in the water, drop the oars and quit trying to row upstream. Just go with the flow. Allow yourself to go with the unknown and just ride those currents higher and higher up to spirit that's looking out for you all the time.
That's it. And while she gave you 2 birds and a lynx, I give you the tree of life. It says you have the power to make yourself better. And what the card means is that the healing power of the spirit world will always be there for you when you make the effort to heal your own body, mind, or life. You might not be aware of it, but the moment you try to fix what is broken in your life, healing spirits will pour out their power, their pure compassion to get you back to full health and strength. Spirit healers are working with you right now because they know how important it is for you to get back to being the best you can be. Remember, the power of love is what connects you to spirit helpers and healers. And they are reminding you just how strong love is when it comes to the medicine you require. That's powerful.
Nice.
That's really powerful.
I
And I
have a
love that
couple.
they do the tree of life with hearts.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
And
I
that's
have a
really
couple
cool.
more messages as I'm looking up here from the Hawk card. It's a sign to listen and listen to your intuition and look for signs and synchronicities. And when the hawk is up there, he sees the clouds and the pond. So, you can, it's like the seeing earth, and you know what I mean? You get the whole perspective, as above, so below. And with the vulture, nature sees value, excuse me, in everything that exists. Your suffering has not gone to waste. No pain was in vain. And I interpreted this as the best gardens are covered in the most manure. So if you feel like you've gone through a lot of stuff, that's because you're pretty valuable underneath all that.
Yeah. So when everybody craps on your head, just know you're going to be growing roses out of it.
Look at it as a blessing. You know.
Absolutely. All right. Last question. Viviani, may I have a message from my spirit team, please?
Viviani's such a great moderator.
I know she's wonderful. I nominated her on Kevin's thingy that he had.
Did you? That was nice.
And But then I think I nominated all of my moderators because they all help so much. I mean, they're all right there, you know. They deal with it. So it's like you can't ask for better.
I like the way she put that from her spirit team. I think that's really cool because
Yeah.
you have to be reminded sometimes, like, you know, you get tuned into one or two spirit guides or angels or whatever, and then you forget, oh, yeah, but I have this other one. There's a
Yeah,
whole.
and then that's from this new oracle deck I got from Hay House, and they actually did for this author and the author of the other deck I got. They actually did 2 Zoom calls with the authors to talk to them and let them talk about their process of how they created the deck, what drew them to make the comparisons that they made and everything. And this guy was either Scottish or Welsh. I couldn't tell which. And it was really hard to understand him. But he was really very sincere, and you could just kind of feel it pumping off of him. I mean, even through the camera, you could feel that it was important to him that he get this right. And so I was like, oh, that's awesome. So now I'm glad I get to use it. Okay, go right on ahead, my dear.
Want me to go? Okay, Viviani. For the first card I got for you is Canary Spirit. Sing your own song. So, you know, you're always there being supportive and behind the scenes for everybody, but maybe it's now time for you to look at how beautiful that yellow is and bright and warm. You know, time for you to speak your truth, sing your truth. And it says, you can make music with others so beautifully when your note rings true. So it's time for you to share your singing with the rest of us. And then I love this card. This is one of my favorites. The Dragonfly Spirit. Truth transcends illusion. I mean, how amazing is that? You know, and the dragonfly, like the larvae, is underwater for a long time. So the only world it knows is that underwater. It doesn't even know yet that it can fly. So I see this as another winged messenger for you that I think you're on the verge of taking off with something that you want to do. And then here we have another bird, 51, Sandpiper Spirit. Be playful. So maybe you can do something. Maybe there's something about bringing some humor. I keep getting this thing about laughter and humor is really important for us right now. And
absolutely.
You know, and I just hope that the sandpiper isn't looking for the dragonfly larva with that big long beak.
Yeah, that would not be cool.
Well, maybe he would bring them up out of the water so that the dragonfly could fly. But spread your wings, sing your song. You're a beautiful spirit, Viviani.
Absolutely. And then I pulled for you, true love can never really be lost. And what it talks about here, these are really short little excerpts on what these cards mean, and it's easier for me to just read it to you since it's the first time I've used them. To love another is a wonderful thing. To be loved in return is the highest state the human being can achieve. The ascended masters and the higher realms of the spirit world have known love beyond the human condition and remind us that love in the human form may be perceived as incredible bliss when you experience it, or deep sorrow when you feel its absence. But when it has truly touched your life, it is forever, and neither time nor death can destroy it. Authentic love lives forever in your heart, not your head, and that is why it hurts when you fix your thoughts on love lost or otherwise. It's best to feel it in your heart where it can truly be understood and experienced. Remember, the head was made to think, the heart was made to feel.
Mm.
And I like that. That kind of goes right along with a lot of what it just amazes me how you have different people on different sides of the country can sit here and we can draw cards that complement each other, you know.
I was watching Dr. Gale yesterday, and she had Barbara Lamb on, who was talking about crop circles. And
Yeah.
I have this deck called the the contact cards. And I focused in, it's a deck of 60 cards. And I said, okay, I want the one card that's going to have to, pertain to this discussion. And I pulled out the crop circle card, and it was the galactic one. It was like, it just
Oh,
totally
wow.
lined up
Yeah.
to everything she was talking about. I didn't pull 3 cards. I didn't go through the deck to find it. I pulled that one card. So, spirit will, if you will ask, spirit will guide you and they will give you messages. Your challenge is to trust those messages and trust your gut and trust your intuition. Like the sandpiper, it's talking about looking into the unknown. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, they're under the water a long time. They don't even know. And then look at how beautiful they are when they get out there and fly. And they just think,
You
oh,
know, I never knew that either.
yeah, I'm just
I
here
never
under the
knew that
water.
they were under the water.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And then it says, Shockwave says, everyone continue praying for change and to help those in need. Absolutely.
And pray for positive change. There's lots of kinds of change. You know,
Positive change and that it harm none.
that's right.
Um,
Conscious
that's
language is really important. Like instead of saying I got something, you can say I received something. Or like I learned in Jitsu, we don't take a breath, we receive a breath. It's a gift. If you start to shift your thinking, you'll realize how abundant your life really is and how positive things really are going. It's just by changing your wording. Like, don't say, oh, that bugs me, because you might attract bugs or parasites into your life or people who irritate you. Just turn it around. Like people say, well, I can't wait for this to happen. Well, shift it and say, I'm looking forward to, instead of I can't wait. Don't make it a negative. Turn it into a positive.
But just like I was saying, I've been for a year and a half, I've been working on manifesting a newer, nicer car.
Mm-hmm.
A newer, nicer car. I didn't specify what kind of car. I didn't specify how old or new it would be. Just something that was newer and nicer, economical, and I could afford.
Mm-hmm.
Those were my only specifications for it. Not realizing that Spirit has quite a sense of humor and decided, okay, you want a new car. Boom, you're in a wreck and now you have no car at all, but you'll get money to get another one.
Yeah.
So it's like, it wasn't exactly the way I had thought it out, which just goes to show be very careful with what you manifest. And then
Mm-hmm.
make sure you spell it out very distinctly, or you could be surprised. And I pulled one card from this new deck, the Healing. Um, Crap, I already forgot the name of it. The Healing Spirits Oracle deck. And this is a card I drew from Healing Spiritual Guides. And I, doggone if I didn't lose them. Okay. And this is just a collective for everybody before we wrap this up. And it says, happiness is freedom from fear. How true is that? Um, Something that you should say to yourself. So I'm using the I word, but substitute yourself as the I in this. It says, I am happy because I know that I am guided by a spirit who has watched over me all my life. I am happy because I know that as a spirit, I can never die. I am happy because I know that love is growing in my life and I have overcome all my fears. I was able to do this because I asked my spirit guides to teach me to be like them. Spirit guides can only work with what they are given, and you are a worthy student who has risen to every task you have been presented with. When you meet your challenges with dignity and honor, you grow spiritually. Every moment is now a blessing. And that's for everybody.
Nice. I pulled one card for all of us too. And I pulled card 29, Giraffe Spirit. see the big picture. So, stand back, even though you think, oh, the water's muddy right here or whatever, look beyond it. Um, Stretch your neck, broaden your view, open your eyes, look beyond eye level. Nothing, not, oh, excuse me, not everything is obvious. So, and just think about how the giraffes are up there eating those tender leaves at the top of the tree and, how advantageous they are. But they're also vulnerable because their neck is stretched out so far. So, and they got those two cool horns that look kind of like little antennas up there. So keep your antennas out, reaching for spirit, looking for messages, and you'll do fine. We're on to better
Absolutely.
things. Things are shifting. Things are turning in our favor. But it's just going to take. It's not going to happen overnight, and it's up to us to be diligent and stay tuned to spirit. Keep listening every day. Ask for a happy surprise before you get out of bed. Ask the angels, I'd love a happy surprise. Because that changes the way you look at things. Now you're kind of looking for, is that it? Is that it? And then you might find you get more than one a day. You might get a bunch every day. And with all these diamonds in our midst here, you see lots of fortunate things coming our way. We're surrounded by them.
Yeah.
All a constellation, all of us together.
That's it. So thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out with us. Thank you, Juno, for coming and hanging out with me and all you do. And
thank you for having me. And I appreciate our viewers so much and the people who come and, give us questions because we grow every time we do readings for you. We grow too.
Yeah. Every reading I do for anybody, whether if it's a quick reading on a live stream or whether if it's an in-depth personal reading that I do one-on-one with someone, I always walk away with like, wow, that really hit close to home. It's strange how spirit will do that. It'll show you everywhere in that reading how it affects you as well. And I'm really grateful for that as well. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Mwah, 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 mwah. We love you very much. Again, thank you, Juno, for doing all you do. And it's my honor to have you on.
Oh,
I can't wait for you to get your new computer and get your channel up and going. And then we can just take turns and bebop back and forth. So,
sounds great. I look forward to that too. And appreciate all you guys. Stay safe out there. And like I said, don't be scared. Be prepared. It's your, have your little. I have a couple of plastic bins where I have all my important stuff together. Like if I had to skedaddle in a hurry, I just have to grab those bins and go. I don't have to worry about where's this and where's that.
Exactly.
And it takes a lot of pressure off. And like I've had for 2.5 years now, I've had all these extra gallons. Like I'll get a gallon of water and then I fill it up, so that I have water just on hand, maybe not for drinking, but I'm glad I have them. I still haven't had to use them.
It's just like living in a hurricane center. You learn to keep certain items, keep them in the back of your cabinet. Because if a hurricane comes and knocks everything out, you're going to need that stuff. So,
and have stuff for your pets too. Don't forget your pets.
That's right. Absolutely. There was something else I was going to say and it went right out my brain. Oh, I remember what it was. Be thankful for every minute. I mean, the second day I was in the rental that the insurance company got me a rental car to use. And I was driving down the road, heavy traffic in front of me, behind me, beside me, cruising down the road, and some jackass in a big old pickup truck with one of those big lawn mowing type trailers. They have all their equipment lined up in. Comes flying out of a side street. I mean, if I had not seen him when I did and slammed on my brakes, he would have went right into my passenger door.
Oh, jeez.
And he never slowed down, never broke stride, kept right on going. Everybody around me was at a screeching halt. I mean, I didn't know if the cars behind me were going to stop on time or not. I didn't know if the FedEx truck that was immediately to my left was, I
Yeah.
mean, we were all looking at each other in the cars like, oh my God, did you just see that? I was like, this is just too much. It's like,
Yep.
thank God I was paying attention.
Yep.
So y'all have a great day, and we will catch you in a couple of weeks, and I will be on with Denise and Lisa next Saturday afternoon on Spirit Intuitive Tarot. Their Saturday afternoon show they do together. Denise
Nice.
and Lisa Smith, and
Yeah. I love both of
I've
them.
been invited to be a guest, so I will be with them.
Hey.
And I'm sure I got other stuff coming up. I just can't remember.
And I'm on Friday on the 23rd with Wisdom Seeker Joan on her channel, and
Oh, cool.
Starfish HHI is going to join us. So we're going to pull some cards.
Awesome.
I can't remember the time. I think it's in the afternoon. So, and if anybody, I'm doing readings. If anybody wants to contact me for a reading, you can email me at junosees, JUNOSEES @gmail.com, and we can work something out.
All that info should be in the description box below. Same for me. I do personal readings as well. Just the information is below. Just email me and put "reading please" in the subject line, and I'll get back to you, and we'll discuss prices and what kind of reading you want and all that good fun stuff. So y'all have a great week, and happy Juneteenth for tomorrow.
That's right. Yeah.
Tomorrow's a federal holiday. I think it's the first or second year that it's a federal holiday.
I think it's the second year.
Yeah, for Juneteenth. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a federal holiday, so one party can't take it away.
Yeah.
It's already been approved by all proper parties, so that is what it is. So, well, everybody, thank you again, Juno, and
You're
we
welcome.
will see everybody soon.
Okay. Thanks for
Bye
having
for
me.
now.
Bye, everybody.